Now you kind of have to jack them with one hand and everything. And, yeah, they're not bad. I mean, usually I just use a torpedo on them.
Yeah.
It's electrical current that's sent through your anus and everything, and it hits the G spot of the bull. It's pretty easy with them.
What other animals shoot sperm everywhere after you jerk them off?
Well, I've had trouble with a couple of when I used to do cats and dogs and everything. We're kind of bad at the vets and everything when I was working at the vet.
You jerked off cats and dogs?
Well, sometimes you ever get an infection in your penis and you gotta get it out, and the only way you can get. I don't like cutting animals' their skin just to get like an infection out. So what I do is I stroke it and it just comes right out. It's gross because the way it looks like it's green, like when it comes out. It's supposed to be white and creamy, but for infected animals, fortunately, it's kind of dark green, and I feel bad whenever I do it. But they feel relieved afterwards.
I bet.
How bad did it taste?
Okay, imagine eating a worm and then eating a crawfish together raw, is what it tastes like.
How did you get it in your mouth?
Well, whenever they jump out of chute, they kind of kick and they flick their tail, and then they're peeing
Oh, we're not talking about cats and dogs anymore. Now we're talking about horses or cows.
Bulls. On
Bulls?
That one, bulls, it's all over the place. Cats and dogs and everything, it's just like a little drip. It's not bad. Cats are easy.
You're not going to shoot your eye out or anything?
No, not with cats anyways. Dogs, yeah, dogs ain't bad. They're just pretty easy with the dog. But it's just horses and bulls that I've had trouble with the semen flying. The way that it flies when they jump out, or whenever they're trying to get it
It flies through the air. Have you ever got it in your mouth?
A couple times, growing up, when it flies, say I'm in the chute and then as soon as you get up, you usually wear a mask, cover your mouth, so that way
But you learned that the hard way.
Yeah, I learned it the hard way. Always either wear a face mask or cover your mouth when you're done.
Because you got semen in your mouth.
Well, you got semen in your hand, you got semen on your mouth, and you got semen all over your you gotta wear this plastic bag over your hand sometimes, just so that way you never know if the semen's good or bad. So you could get you could get sick from it if it actually does. If it's bad semen, you can get sick. You can go hospital type of deal. And I remember one time, burnt hair and semen. We were branding calves, and then we were castrating. Dad made a bet saying that I couldn't eat this testicle, and he cut it open and everything, and I just swallowed it, and it wasn't bad, but it was chewy. I told him about it, and he
Was
said,
it cream filled?
It's cottage cheese is how you want to think of it.
You can think of it all you want. It's semen inside the ball, so
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like a jelly-filled donut.
Yeah.
Chewy.
Sort of. I mean, I could bring one in and show you.
I'll pass. I'll pass.
I mean, they're really good. They're delicious. If you know how to cook semen up and mountain oysters and all that.
If you know how to cook semen. You ever get shot up your nose?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
You ever get it in your eye? Does that burn?
No, it's just no.
It doesn't burn?
It doesn't. No, it's just gooey and gross.
So I know for humans, I've heard that semen's good for hair fall, for hair.
I don't know if that's
it makes
true.
your hair soft. Well,
know.
after you jerk off a bowl, was your hair all soft after you washed it?
No.
No.
Nah, it's pretty gross.
It was something about Mary.
It's hair. You know what hair gel feels like?
Yeah, something about Mary.
Exactly like hair gel, and your hair would be stuck, and it'd be gross. And trust me, when you take a shower too, close your mouth. when you jump in the shower and you're wiping your hair, don't breathe through your nose.
Oh
go up your nose. And and you
be
start
snot fucking generated.
It's just it's like a piece of string. Too when it goes in your mouth and everything, it'll just it's your own semen on how it drips. It's just like a line. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Yeah, it's thick.
So when
Yeah.
you're jerking off the bulls and stuff like that, it's because they're sought after, right? Because it's maybe a championship bull or
Yeah.
championship horse.
Breeding bulls.
So yeah, so they're making good money for it, right?
Yeah.
So did you ever think about like when it shot you in the mouth of not spitting it out and just saving it for later and selling it on the black market?
Fuck no, I'm spitting
Like
all
black
that
market?
out.
I mean, you could sell it on the black market.
Nope.
I mean, what landed in your mouth was probably $500,000 worth of semen that they're selling.
Well, yes, I understand that much, but no.
No?
I'm not ever. If I ever needed like a sample and everything, they got these little vials that we could put them in and everything.
Oh.
They're
So you don't believe in recycling?
no. Temperature vials is what they are and everything, and they put them in this cooler, and you got this cooler that has what do you call that? That freezing ice.
Dry ice.
Dry ice. We keep dry ice at the bottom of this cooler and everything, and you got these test tubes that we put them in, and if we want to keep the ones that we want to keep, we put them in these test tubes and put them in dry ice, and they'll be all right for a couple hours. Remember one time one of our rookies didn't like put the dry ice, put it about halfway and froze all the semen, and the guy was not happy. He ended up having to pay about, I think he paid about 15 grand for 2 inseminations when it should have only took 1. So he's paid like 30 grand for both of them for the vet and everything. Because the vets ain't cheap when they do this. We aren't cheap. We are very expensive when it comes to.
So explain to me again how you get a bull off, like
there's a we got this torpedo.
And what does the torpedo do?
It's like electric current that goes through the anus, hits the G spot of the bull, and it's like a tiny electrocution through the butt, and it just feels good to the animal. And
so you're electrocuting them in their butthole, and that makes them climax.
Yep, makes them come.
Wow. Okay.
I think one of the weird things that you shouldn't do though is always lube the torpedo first, because I had one guy one time thought he'd just stick it in there and it just no, you always got to lube your torpedoes before you.
Oh, the bull doesn't like it without it being lubed.
Doesn't like it dry.
It
Okay.
does not feel good dry, but it literally looks like a giant dildo. It's pretty cool. Like I think it is and then you got this battery. You got to have a car battery. And you twist on and off, and it's like it's like the vibrations of a.
So when you're sticking this torpedo in, a bull ever poop all over you?
Yeah, poop does come out every once in a while. I also suggest.
Does it like shoot the torpedo out like when they're pooping?
Yes, sometimes we have that happen. We had some poop and everything. Horses are kind of the worst for that because the grass and everything they eat.
Mm-hmm.
It's dry and everything, and sometimes with bulls they still have that lube, self-made lube type of deal. It makes the poop and everything all watery.
Okay.
So when you see them poop, there's water and everything that comes out. Well, that's the bull's self lube and everything they have. Horses though, unfortunately, they have it, but it's just their diet. The diet's different. For
Okay.
the horses and the bulls.
So you ever get hit in the head or anything with the torpedo because one of the animals?
I had a
Pooped
new guy
it out?
one time, while I was trying to get the legs, his back legs and everything, because when you do a bull, you gotta lock their legs, put their back legs forward.
Do you put them in your cowboy boots so they can't run away?
The torpedo.
Because I know in some places they do that with sheep. They put their Velcro gloves on and then they put the hind legs in the sheep, and that way the sheep can't run away when they're.
The hind legs of the sheep in their boots?
Yeah,
their boots?
and that way when they're
Velcro
doing
gloves?
something sexual to the sheep, they can't run away.
So
I mean, that's
they stick
different
the
for
legs
that.
in, and then they Velcro gloves, and they try and push them over a cliff.
No.
No.
I mean, not
When
for
the
a bull.
sheep backs up.
Not for a bull?
If you put your feet in with a bull's feet, I guarantee your foot's getting broken.
Okay.
I guarantee
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean,
Okay.
you're talking about like almost 600 pounds of pressure on your feet. if
So
would
do you
that.
think if bulls could talk English, right? Do you think after you're done jerking it off, bull would just look at you and be like, "I love you, bro"?
Dude, I had a bull one time, I swear to God, that looked at me and saying, winked at me one time. It was weird. I swear to God. Swear to
love
God,
you,
I
man.
had this bull wink at me one time. Because as soon as we let him out to shoot, he turned around and looked at us, and he went like this, and then he turned around and started walking away, wiggling his butt and everything. It was weird.
Thanks,
But
bro.
then- but
Thanks for
a-
emptying
as
my
he
sack.
as he was doing that though, he was wiggling his penis and everything, like moving his penis more with his belly. Because when
So you made him happy.
I hope I make them happy after like they're coming. Are you happy after you come?
Yeah, but not if you make me.
Pride my ass.
Nah.
If you can't do it yourself, and somebody else does it, I'm gonna be happy too.
Yeah.
Do you think? I don't know. I think a bull coming and you accidentally get it on your face, that's probably the cause of hoof mouth disease. That's probably where it comes from.
I don't know. I haven't done really much research on if it's.
If bull semen is worth a shit ton of money, you got the ultimate money shots.
Right. That's the ultimate money shot. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That's no
there
bull.
really is.
Right. So, like, when you are doing this, is there like a casting couch or anything for the bulls to sit on?
No, we had these metal chairs. No, we had chairs like this. And
Oh, okay.
everything that we would
No
sit down.
casting couch.
Nope, no
Casting
casting couch. We do have a microscope and everything that we have a table that we set it down on, and we'll like take.
What do you need a microscope for? If you can't find that bull's penis, dude, you're blind.
No, check the semen to make sure the semen's.
Oh,
alive
make
and
sure they're
working.
swimming around
Yeah,
in there.
make sure they're swimming.
Ah.
And if they're not like, I've had bulls that had no semen swimming, a little bit of semen. If they have a little bit of semen swimming, we'll send them off to the butchery. But if they have a lot swimming, then they're a good bull, and we won't send them to the butchery. We'll let them know that's a good bull and keep them out in pasture. Or if it's a bad bull, we'll just send them off.
Huh.
They're no good. We'll put them in with the old cows and everything, the cows that are going to the butchery or whatever. But if they don't produce the semen, they're not worth keeping. They're worth,
wow.
We kill them, basically. Is what
We
do.
eat them.
Yep.
Okay.
Because
Alright.
if a bull that can't produce is not,
It's a worthless bull.
It's a worthless bull. Like,
Oh.
Just a hay burner.
Oh.
Yep. It's just too
Damn.
much money to keep.
I'm glad I'm not a bull because I got fixed like 5 years ago, man. I have no
Well,
swimmers.
It's the same goes for pigs and everything. You ever jacked off a pig?
Not
No,
yet.
I've never jumped out.
Not
Not
yet.
yet. No, not yet.
So so it's differently a little bit with the pig because you know how their testicles are in the back of the butt and everything.
The back of the butt.
like
Yeah.
you know, like near the butt and everything, like hanging down.
Well, aren't
you
your
just
balls by your butt?
Cradle their balls and everything, and like have that cup in the front where it's gonna poop and everything. Lift the pig up on this makeshift. We call them makeshift dummy breeder post. I
Uh
think they call them a breeder post.
huh. Right.
And
Does it look like a pig?
No. It's
So the pig just thinks
just
it's humping
like
something.
Yep, humping something type of deal. But you gotta keep this.
He's doing the Humpty dance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and everything, but you gotta sometimes you gotta cradle the balls and everything to get the good amount of semen, the good stuff and everything. You gotta like shift their balls around, and like like
To get the good semen.
yeah, to make sure that the good like you know how you when you first come and everything or after you come, you got like
The pre-cum.
pre-cum type of deal, yeah.
Well, that's not after you come. Pre-cum is
Before.
Yeah.
before.
Before, but then you got that
Post-cum.
watery-
You're
yeah,
talking about
watery.
post-cum.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay. Does that taste different?
I don't know what that.
Oh, okay.
that-
I
that
just
stuff I don't
making
know,
sure.
but, you gotta like sort of cradle balls and everything and like like this, like a heartbeat. You know how your heart.
You cradle the balls.
Cradle the balls and everything.
I'm
and then
not
after
really
that,
understanding. Can you show me? Can you demonstrate?
I could demonstrate if you bend over.
Oh, not in my office. Nope, nope, nope.
But yeah, that's literally like here. See, say this is the penis and this is the end. So you gotta cradle it. You gotta put that, and then just like cradle the pig and everything, and move it back and forth. Like that. As you squeeze, though, you gotta be careful. If you squeeze
As you
too hard,
squeeze their balls?
you gotta be you gotta squeeze just enough, but not hard enough to where they ejaculate right away, because then that's pre-ejaculation and it's no good. It's just basically just dried up dead semen. But you gotta whenever it's like thick and very creamy. Now that's the good stuff. That's how you know it's.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
That's the stuff donuts are filled with. The good.
The good.
That's how you
I mean,
make
if you
your
want to
milkshake
think about
creamy.
it.
Milkshake.
Yeah, I guess if you want to think of it that way, but I think of it more as of cottage cheese type of it's still thick, but it's still watered down. I don't know how to explain it. It's the fluids.
Right.
You need the fluids in with the semen, so that helps out a lot.
The
You know, my
fluids.
wife made lasagna today, and she uses ricotta cheese.
Well, you know how you after you finish the lasagna, you still got that little bit of water in that
Yeah.
lasagna. Yeah, that's basically what I'm talking about. Is that
So
little
every
bit of
time I
semen.
eat lasagna, for now to the end of time, I'm
Yeah.
gonna think about you jerking off a bull or a
Yeah.
pig. Now
Or a pig.
we're talking
I was
about
gonna
pig.
say, it's better with pigs
Or
on
pig.
that end, because pigs' semen, it's not thick and creamy like a bull's. It's more like
I think we should take you to Australia. I want to see you do a kangaroo. Well, I don't. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to watch. But I wanna-
want to be behind glass.
I want to hear the stories you have after jerking off a kangaroo.
Well, did you know before when I was a kid and everything, we didn't have face shields, and they came out with face shields within 7 years after I started this job at the vet clinic and everything.
I bet you never had acne as a kid, huh? That semen probably cleared it all up.
Not really. I mean,
Yeah,
never
you probably
really
had soft
acne.
skin.
I
I heard it's good for
I
skin
had soft
and
hands.
yeah, soft hands,
Yeah.
dishwater hands.
Well, you couldn't go in there with fucking all calloused up hands.
No,
Right.
You'd be like, man, fuck you.
Well, it's always sometimes best to lotion your hands and everything, just we
You-
have gloves too. We wear gloves, but
You lotioned your hands before jerking them off?
Well, I lotion my hands inside the glove so my hand can slide right out the glove, because then it's all sweaty from
Oh.
the
So
friction.
it really gets you involved that you're
Well,
starting to sweat.
The friction sometimes, yes.
The friction.
Depending, we usually disseminate between November, September, sometimes in the winter. So that
September
way-
to November.
Yep, that way in the spring and everything we can know if they're ready. Like the bulls, the females, we gotta check their egg counts.
How do you check a female's egg count?
How do it
Hard to explain, I
You
guess.
stick your hand in there and feel for them, or
Yeah, well, sort of. You know how you feel for a calf that's being grown inside? You
Yeah.
just stick your hand and you feel if they're fertile or not. Yeah, I don't know. Some vets just feel and know when if a cow's fertile or not. I'm
Really?
100% sure
Huh.
on that. But for cows and everything, yes, it's differently. They'll have the bull will breed, and then the little tiny egg sac that the fertile. What do you call that? What the babies are inside of.
Oh, not the cervix. The cervix is connected to
Uterus?
the. It's
placenta.
placenta. Yeah.
The placenta is how we normally can tell.
I call it the purple football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It
got
looked like a purple football, and
You
you're
ever-
like,
you
what
ever-
alien brain
you
just
ever
came
take
out?
A bite of one?
A what?
A bite of placenta?
I
You
ain't
ever
taking
ate?
no.
If you come out to the farm, that's one thing initiation to a farmer you have to do. You have to take a bite of a placenta and swallow it.
Wow. So you're a swallower.
Placenta, semen. You got-
Whoa! All right, I think we got plenty enough to go viral. So.